In this video, we will explain how sequences and series work. So what is a sequence? A sequence is a list of numbers that follow a specific pattern. For example, 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. For example, 1, 3, 5, 7, always adding 2. So we label the numbers on a sequence by using the UN. So the first term is U1, the second term is U2, the third term is U3, the fourth is U4, and so it goes. If we want to find a number in a sequence, we can use the recursive rule or the deductive reasoning. The recursive rule can be used when we know the previous elements of a sequence. So if we have the sequence 1, 3, 5, 7, then U1 is 1, U2 is 3, U3 is 5, and U4 is 7. So if we want to find U5, we only need to add 2 to the previous element. So it's 7 plus 2, which is 9. So U5 is equal to 9. The deductive reasoning allows you to find any element in a sequence, even if you don't know the previous element. So let's say that a sequence is defined by UN is equal to 2n minus 1. And so U1 is 2 times 1 minus 1, which is 1. U2 is 2 times 2 minus 1, which is 3. U3 is 2 times 3 minus 1, which is 5. U4 is 2 times 4 minus 1, which is 7. So we can find any element in the sequence without having to know the previous one. If we want to find the U40, then we just use the formula. So U40 is equal to 2 times 40 minus 1, and this is equal to 79. So we can find any element in a sequence without having to use the previous element. Now that we know what sequences are, let's take a look at the series. A series is the sum of the elements of a sequence up to a certain point. So let's use the previous example. So it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So let's add all of this and we get 25. Arithmetic sequences are the sequences that have a constant difference between elements. For example, 0, 5, 10, 15, always adding 5. Or 10, 20, 30, 40, always adding 10. The formula used to find an element in a sequence is UN is equal to U1 plus n minus 1 times d. D is the common difference between the elements, and U1 is the first element of the sequence, and n is the number of the element that we want to find. So in the example of 10, 20, 30, 40, the constant difference is 10, and the first element is also 10. So if we substitute those values, we get that UN is equal to 10 plus n minus 1 times 10. So we can substitute n for any value to find the element of the sequence. If we want to find an arithmetic series, there are two different formulas to do that. The first one is if we know the first and the last terms of the sum, the formula is Sn is equal to n times U1 plus UN divided by 2. So the second way to find an arithmetic series is if we only know the first term and the common difference. So it's Sn is equal to n times 2 times the first term plus n minus 1 times d. And all of that divided by 2. So those are the two formulas we have to find the sum of an arithmetic sequence. Now let's talk about geometric sequences. The geometric sequences are the sequences that have a constant ratio between terms. For example, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, So the ratio is 2 in this case. The formula we use to find a term in a geometric sequence is un is equal to u1 times r to the power of n minus 1. So if we want to find the equation of the sequence 1, 2, 4, 8, first we have to find the ratio, and to do that we need to divide one term by the previous one. So let's say 8 divided by 4, which is equal to 2. Now we just substitute those values to the formula. So it's un is equal to u1, which is the first term, which is 1, plus the ratio, which is 2, to the power of n minus 1. Using this formula, we can find any element of this specific sequence. The formula we use to find the geometric series is Sn is equal to u1 times 1 minus r to the n divided by 1 minus r. So we use this formula to find the sum of elements in a geometric sequence. One thing about geometric series is that we can have an infinite geometric series. Some of them can converge to a finite number, which is different from arithmetic series that they will always either increase or decrease without limits. In a geometric sequence, there is the possibility to sum everything up to a finite number. And this is only possible if the modulo of r is smaller than 1. And the formula is S of infinity is equal to u1 divided by 1 minus r. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video, and I see you in the next one. Goodbye.